I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of good directors. I think I just got lucky. So be it Bengal or Hindi cinema, I don't differentiate. This is a great opportunity for us actors, shown to like so many countries through these OTT platforms. I'm looking at the director first, his vision and the way he narrates the script, his confidence. So for me, a director is very important.
You would have wanted to do like a conventional song and dance.
I've done in Bombay, like with Tushar Kapoor, I did C Company, then with Randeep Pura, I did Mere Khwabon Mein Jo Aaye. And in Bengal, I have done 2-3 commercials as well. She's a legend till today. So I admire her. I'm proud of her. I've never seen a stronger lady, and yeah, I learned a lot from her.
Back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
All right. So tell us something about The Last Hour. The location is closer to Bengal. So I think
in
it must
fact,
have
I
been.
have shot in a lot of in the northeastern region. I've shot a lot of Bengali films, but I think this is the first web show I shot. In these lovely locations. I've been to these places many times for our Bengali films, but this is the first time I think we traveled with the show, and we went to some more exotic locations. Like further down, and I think it was beautiful, and the weather was great. It was very cold, and I think the locations also add to the show. I mean, the location itself is like a very interesting character in itself.
So which all locations can you specify?
We went to Sikkim. I went to Darjeeling, and there are 2-3 other like exotic little places that we did go to, but I can't remember the name right now.
Cherrapunji as well, I believe.
Yeah, but I didn't shoot there. So there were a lot of locations I didn't get to shoot in. But yeah, more or less on, that part, northeastern part.
Okay, so I was talking to Karma yesterday, and we discussed that Northeast is so exotic and so amazing, but maybe it can be better connected in terms of transportation, be it more airports.
Yeah, because of the roads, maybe the roads. But I think it's still got a charm of its own. I think I grew up, as a kid, we used to go to Shillong a lot. We used to go to Cherrapunji a lot. So I've grown up with that, and their culture is very different. Their culture is very interesting, and the food is very good, and they all like believe in a lot of live music. So I find that even though the roads and the transportation can be improved, I think it's still got a little unique charm of its own.
All right. Okay. So I was watching one of your interviews, and you were very kicked about this platform called Hoichoi, which is like a Bengali OTT platform. And so now you're in Amazon. It's something which goes all across the world. So we've always seen the two sides to you. One is very focused on Bengali, and then you go out and do all this honeymoon travels and all sorts of movies and other stuff. So how have you just traversed on these two paths simultaneously, and how has been the journey like?
I've always, like in my career now, so I think it's going to be my 23rd year, and I think I've always been driven by very good scripts and driven by very good directors, and I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of good directors. I think I just got lucky. So be it Bengal or Hindi cinema, I don't differentiate. It's just the language that is different. But for me, like I think I've done a lot of web shows in Calcutta also, and a lot of other shows for other OTT platforms, and I think every year is just getting better. I think now I'm doing Amazon, and I'm very excited that this is releasing. It's going to be shown in 240 countries, and I mean that's very exciting. And with a show like this, and I think I've always wanted to work with this director, Amit Kumar. I saw his Monsoon shootout, and I was very intrigued by him because I thought he was a very intelligent guy. And then I did meet him, and I think he has got the best out of all of us, I think, in this show.
Okay, and it's coming at a time when India is grappling with the second wave of COVID and tough times for everyone. And I think one of the important factors that entertainers they can do, and they are doing, most of them, many of them, is provide content for people to distract themselves from.
And also I think a lot of actors who've been out of work for many years, we all are getting to see them now. So I think this is the best for all people who've been out of work, or also newcomers. I think but they need different faces, they need interesting faces. So a lot of new people are coming up, a lot of people who've not been working for the last 10, 15 years, suddenly we're seeing them. So I think this is a great opportunity for us actors
Mhm.
and to, and get our work shown to like so many countries through these OTT platforms, which we don't really have in a film, and especially now because of this COVID situation. I think the theater situation is not so good.
Okay, now the last time, as you spoke about Amit Kumar, the director Asif Kapadia is one of the producers. He has made a Warrior, and he has made
Hunter. Hmm.
Maradona's documentary recently, which was fantastic. How's the experience of collaborating with such people, and what
It's
was
been
that
great, actually.
collaboration
I
like?
think right from the start, I think the script was fabulous, and even I mean, it's really authentic, and it's supernatural. It talks about the shamanic traditions which have probably existed over the years. So it's got this show is particularly. I mean, everyone says it's different. Everyone says it's original, authentic. But I feel that this one is going to be Amazon's first supernatural crime thriller. Amazon's, and I think this already has intrigued the audience. With the teaser itself. I mean, even before the trailer came out, I think the teaser has really caught a lot of eyeballs. And of course, it's great to collaborate with these people. They definitely know what they're doing, and I'm sure this show will, be a different, interesting show.
Okay, now what was in the script that made you say yes to it? What is the general criteria that you have for giving a go ahead to any script?
See, normally I rely a lot on the director. For me, he's the captain of the ship. So whenever a director comes to narrate a script to me, I'm looking at the director first, his vision and the way he narrates the script, his confidence. So for me, a director is very important. So I judge on that, and of course, the script has to be good. And my role, for me, it's secondary. As long as my role is an important part of the film or the show, I have no problems doing it. It's not that I want to be be in the show or in the film from the first frame to the last frame. I've never chosen films like that. Even if my characters have been small, and they've always left an impact, and that's how I choose my shows and films so far.
And do your does your family contribute in terms of do you discuss with them, your sister, your
No,
mother?
actually, no, not at all. They've left it to me right from the beginning. I mean, I just tell them, I just show them the end product. Be it in the hall or when I tell them that this is releasing on this. But they never interfere, never have. But they are my biggest critics because my mother's been in the movies, so she always like watches my film and she'll tell me, where I've gone wrong, where I should have done this. But that's it. I mean,
All right. Okay. And do you have these parameters in terms of that? What is it that is liked by your fans? Because I'm sure that you must be getting feedback over the years.
so
That what is it that?
it's very surprising because in Calcutta, I'm, and because of Chokir Bali and a lot of like
Yeah, Japanese like.
they look at me like the quintessential housewife, and they look at me with the mother of two kids here in Calcutta. But in Bombay, the OTT platform that I've been shooting for the web shoot, they give me like different kind of roles. It's not just the quintessential like housewife or mother of two or anything. Like for I did a show called Black Widows for Z5 last year, and where I played a negative character. And so in Bombay, I get very interesting characters and interesting roles. Nothing like, I don't think I'm really typecasted there. So I get to do different kind of roles there.
You apparently also have this experience that you started off with Godmother and not a conventional
Yes.
heroine role. And how did it prove to be a deterrent in terms of you getting the sort of roles that you would have wanted, like
Actually,
a
I
young
was still in school.
actress?
I was 17 and I was still studying. And Vinay Shukla, the director of Godmother, just happened to be in Calcutta and doing screen tests. And at that time, I had no intention of joining the movies that early because I wanted to finish my college, which I did. But he came down and he said, I dreamt of someone like you. But that time I had no idea that, if your first break is like a Godmother, then you might get typecast in only those type of movies. I had no idea and I was very, very young. And I thought, Shabana film, and I was a big fan of hers. I used to watch all her films. So I think I just grabbed the opportunity, and that's how it happened. And then everything else just followed. I mean, yeah. I
Right.
think my
But
second film was Daman. So everything else just fell into place after that.
okay, but you would have wanted to do like a conventional song and dance.
I've done. I've done in Bombay, like with Tushar Kapoor, I did C Company, then with Randeep Pura, I did Mere Khwabon Mein Jo Aaye, and in Bengal, I've done 2, 3 commercial films as well. But I think my audiences, I think, prefer me in different type of roles. I mean, those films didn't really get me anywhere. The ones that got me anywhere were films like Chopir Wali and Godmother and those films, which I've done a lot of, even in Bengal.
Right. What is your criterion for selecting a script?
The script has to be unique, and I also my director has to be a confident person with a real vision. I mean, if I find the director not confident or a little confused in the first meeting, then I never take up the film. So for me, I think the director is the most important person. I would say I am kind of a director's actress because I've never had any formal training, and I've just learned along the way through my different, great directors. So for me, he's the captain of the ship. That's how I decide.
So, say for in terms of the teams that you work with, for example, the last you're having someone like Shahana Goswami,
I've
who's part
worked
of
with her in Honeymoon Travels.
you work with her in Honeymoon Travel. So now she is a very I think gifted actress.
Yes.
So do you have that streak of maybe competitiveness or the fact that to emulate someone, try to emulate someone, or maybe better
No, so
someone
no, so when I get a
in a
character and
positive way?
when I get references about the character, I don't really like watch a film and I want to copy a character. I feel that I talk to my director, I understand what he wants from me, and I think I just bring and I give what I can. I bring to the table. I mean, I don't copy any character. I don't use any character references. I don't watch movies. I believe that you have to bring your own originality into a character. And for me, the discussion and the workshop with the director, that's why it's very important. And I feel that everyone in a film is good when I have a strong star cast because you want the whole show to work. You want everyone's performances to work, not just your own. So when you have strong co-actors, then you know that there'll be a give and take, and it just enhances your performances when you have a good co-actor with you.
Of course, and I think there were talks of a biopic on Suchitra Sen ji as well.
Yes, that was actually about 5 years ago. We were supposed to do it, but then I think it then due to date problems at that time, and I think it just didn't happen. But I would love to do it someday. The script is still there, and the director is still there. We just, we probably do it sometime.
Okay, so what does Suchitra Sen mean to you?
Well, I mean, she's my grandmother, and she, of course, retired when we were born. But I have learned. She was. I think that I've never met someone so strong-willed, and a lot of. I think, and she was fabulous in the movies. I mean, she didn't have a filmy background or anything, and she made it on her own, screen test after screen test. And I mean, she's a legend till today. So I admire her. I'm proud of her. I've never seen a stronger lady, and yeah, I learned a lot from her while she was alive. Definitely showed her a few of my films, and she would correct me, and then she would tell me, how to dress or how to. She'd give me her little input. So I've learned a lot from her, and I'm lucky to have, had her for so many years.